So you're just about to start your career as a foot health practitioner. If you're anything like me and want to be prepared with an idea of equipment you may need when setting up your foot care business, then I'm going to show you exactly that. Your most expensive purchase will probably be an autoclave. A steam autoclave is the gold standard for sterilisation in foot health and podiatry. There are different types and there are many different sizes. I personally have a vacuum autoclave, which means you sterilise the instruments in a sterilisation pouch, and those instruments will remain sterile until I open them at an appointment.
So my story around autoclaves was when I first qualified was to buy a second-hand autoclave, and I bought one, it arrived and it didn't work. There were parts that needed to be replaced, but the parts that needed replacing, they didn't really exist anymore. So I lost a lot of money and I didn't have an autoclave. So the option that I had was to lease an autoclave. So this one I received brand new, and I would pay every single month a certain amount of money. After the 3 years, I was given the option to buy this autoclave or I could continue leasing it. So I chose to buy it, and the price was £10. So I bought it for £10, so I've had it since it was brand new. And I believe the administration charge was £25, so altogether £35, and I have a lovely autoclave that still works like new.
So on my clinical training, we never actually used an ultrasonic cleaner, but I decided to include it in my cleaning process to make sure my instruments were thoroughly clean from dirt or debris before autoclaving. So after washing my instruments by hand, I put them in my ultrasonic cleaner for a thorough clean in case I've missed anything. I remember seeing my first ever client and realising after the first treatment that I didn't actually have anywhere to store my dirty instruments. I was quite embarrassed actually, so I bought myself a couple of clip and lock storage boxes that are perfect for that. Next is my retractable footstool that I actually use as a footrest. When I qualified, I brought an expensive podiatry footrest, but found that the leather frayed quite quickly and I couldn't adjust the height like I would like it to be. It was also quite bulky to carry, so I opted for this instead.
Okay, so what I like about this stool is that it is sturdy. It's not a podiatry stool. This is just a retractable footstool which you can buy online anywhere. So the reason why I started using this is because my other podiatry stool started fraying at the sides and it wasn't retractable either. You could only put 1 foot on it, and it just, I think one of the screws went missing, so I ended up finding this in my car actually, and I didn't have time to buy a new stool, so I got this and I'm converted. My clients love it. They can put both their feet on this as well, and I'm just really happy with it. Easy to clean as well, easy to transport around too, so I love this, and this is definitely a staple. It's almost like it's got like a little handle there as well, so you can walk around with that nicely or attach that to your domiciliary bag. So I think this is a great option when you're just starting out and you can't afford a podiatry stool, or you just don't want one because you don't need to have a podiatry stool. This is just as good. So this is definitely a staple of mine.
I do have another stool, and this is for me to sit on when treating feet. This one folds with a handle, is easy to clean, and I also have had it for a very long time. It's a basic footstool, but it has lasted the test of time. Next would be some type of lighting. I opted for a head torch.
So some of you who have been following me for a long time, this is the same head torch. I've had it for 3 years and it still works, and I still rave on about it and I still recommend it. There are other different types of head torch, just the same, out there, but this is the one that I bought and I still use today. It's a sensor motion one, so I can put my hand across and the light comes on, and then I could put it across again and then it comes off. It's perfect for home visits, especially in the winter season where it's dark in people's homes and you can't see what you're doing. So this is perfect, and I do think it is an essential when you're doing home visits, especially as a beginner. You need to see what you're doing. The other thing that I like about this is that, you know, you can tilt it forward as well, so you're not blinding the person who you're treating. It's more directed towards the feet. So it's a really good head torch, and I 100% recommend getting one.
So this is a body block which has helped me numerous of times when treating certain types of people.
So with the body block, I take this when I am treating somebody that is bedbound. I have found that this really helps with lifting the feet up so that I can treat it a little bit safer on my back. And also I can get to areas as well, like the heel, because their feet are raised from the bed. So this is really, really helpful for those bedbound clients that I see.
A nail drill is an essential for me, especially when working on thick nails to reduce them. If you can get yourself a quality nail drill, then get yourself one, because some of the cheaper ones out there just won't last and will cost you more in the long run. Foot health practitioners use blades, and we need to dispose of them safely. A sharp spin will do exactly that. Once your blade remover is full, you can put it into your sharp spin.
So this is the sharp spin. It comes in different sizes, so I've got two. I've got a bigger size than this as well. And what you would do is, once this is full, so this is what you will get rid of your blades with, you will put this in your yellow bin, and then when this is full, you get it collected.
As someone who is trained to use a Doppler as part of a neurovascular assessment, a Doppler is definitely a must. This includes a monofilament device when carrying out assessments of the lower limb. Goggles is always good to have to protect your eyes from dust or a flying nail. Some people do opt for visors, but ultimately it's down to personal preference. So it's important to have something to catch all the debris during your treatment. I started with a debris tray. Some practitioners use couch roll, some use puppy pads or dental sheets that they can then dispose of. I only use puppy pads now, as I found the debris trays just took too much space and I like to travel light. A mask is a must. There are different types. I use a Cambridge mask, which is reusable, but I also have FFP3 disposable masks too. Now, it's pretty obvious that in this job you'll need foot care instruments as well as a selection of consumables. I have them all in individual packs that has everything I need for an appointment treatment. So less rummaging, trying to find things I need, and just being organised to make the appointment go smoothly. You'll definitely need a domiciliary bag to transport everything in. I've learnt to narrow things down so I carry less. So uniform is really important, as well as covering my hair to protect it from nail dust. I also think it looks professional. I decided to have my uniform as scrubs rather than the tunics I trained in. I feel more comfortable in scrubs and I think it looks better. So I do recommend waiting until after you qualify before you buy anything, but I do hope this video has given you some insight and ideas for when you do.